Good morning. Welcome to Deep Coherence Technique Quantum. It's been quite a deep dive the last few days, and I think I've just a few things are coming together, formulating in my mind as this unfolds, completely unscripted. I mean, eventually that's how we just begin to live our lives. Everything is just flows. But today I wanted to talk about something that we see all around us, and it doesn't just apply to spirituality. And I'm not virtue signaling. This applies to me primarily in my world. So I'm owning this. I'm owning this. There's a natural desire in all of us to bypass deep inner work. And it can be quite convenient to say, yeah, Kali Yuga's ended with all of the rituals and the teachings and the doctrines and the ceremony and the time that people put into their inner spiritual lives, because of the fast-paced age that we're living in. I think it's a temptation for us to bypass that completely and say, well, that's how they used to do it. We don't have to do it like that now. We're in the cosmic age and everything's shiny and new and everything is instant. Everything's faster. And yeah, you know what? It is faster. Our memory is coming back online. And yes, we don't need middlemen anymore. We don't need establishments or institutions anymore. We don't need really weighty books filled with dogma and rules anymore. And there's a lightness to that because what we're stepping into is direct contact. This is first contact. I mean, we talk about ETs, UAPs, etc. First contact is within. It's this spiritual connection, metaphysical connection, that connection to the higher power you. And I think what we're seeing now in a lot of new thought, new age, is that we're switching out some of the old ways of doing things, and we've reinvented them so that people are perhaps positioning themselves as mediums. They're positioning their work as the way or one of the ways. And they're missing the point of this age entirely. And that is that we go within, connect to source, and we create our own deep rituals around how we want to manifest the divine in our lives. And I think this is why you're going to see a lot of people just getting really turned off by sensational claims by people about this, that, and the other. You're going to see people turned off by, try this set of affirmations, try these things. This will get you sorted out. I think we're going to be agnostic to that, and that's a good thing. But yesterday I talked about there being about, I said two ways, but there are actually three ways that you can really access this sanctum, this real inner sanctum, which I call quantum. Means the same thing. It's holy place. The first one is how we have done it for 12,000 years, and that is complete and utter subjection and obedience to an external authority, even if that's, a god up there. That's one way of doing it. That is one way of living out your spiritual path. And it does work because it really does simplify the process because you're outsourcing it. And if you really believe something enough, you'll vibrate according to it. So then you'll start manifesting your miracles, and you'll start to manifest permissions, and you'll start to manifest confirmations that that priest, that prophet, or that God is the one. You're just responding to a deep belief within you. That's how it works. The second one is where you just don't give any power away to any outside source, including the idea of God. A lot of people are on that pathway. And that is a real, after 12,000 years of dogma, that's an incredibly brave deep dive into our ability to be supernatural, to be superhuman, and to demystify all of the elements of life so that we can become empowered by it. But that path is quite hard, and it's enormously rewarding, but it can also be sometimes quite grueling and lonely. And then there's a third path, and that is kind of a path that I'm now embracing more myself. I kind of ease in and out of it. I don't do it all the time. I certainly did it last year in May, and that is complete surrender. Now, surrender is not the same as subjection or obedience. Surrender is consensual. It is where you collapse. It's what two lovers do when they meet. It's not a power struggle. You collapse. You just become one with that other person. And that's what we can do with our divine. And we can say to the divine, there'll be times when you take the wheel. There'll be times when I completely surrender to a higher path. And being able to ebb and flow in that way, being able to meander this river in of experience in the quantum field is, I think, probably one of the most efficient ways to do this in this time period. So that's kind of what like I said, what I'm doing. But just to get back to DCT, for those of you that have been practicing this a while with me, we're going to be using less cues. We're going to be using the language of frequency, resonance, and vibration. We're going to bypass completely the monkey mind, which is going to be screaming and throwing its rattle out of the crib. I'm just warning you. There'll be a lot of resistance to huge pockets of silence as we do DCT together. But I would invite you to notice what you notice in the chitter chatter, in the complaining, in the resistance, even from your body. I would ask you to pay attention to the subtlety of resonance. And as we take each step, one that enfolds into another, you're going to become more fluid and more literate in terms of vibration, frequency, and resonance. And that is going to give you not only resilience, perhaps when times get challenging, it's going to give you a deep-seated confidence in your own ability to lead yourself through the next 7 years, which are going to be momentous, starting with this incredible year. So let's step into DCT together. I'm just going to get on camera. Get comfortable. Just going to stretch. Step number 1, I'm just going to offer cues. But I'm going to resonate. See if you can pick this up in the airwaves. Step number 1 is we ground to the earth. Through our feet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Step number 1 complete. Grounding to the earth. Step number 2, we're going to concentrate on our breath, breathing 5 times very deeply. Step number 2, light body activated, complete. Step number 3, the electromagnetic field. Step number 3, complete. Electromagnetic field primed. Step number 4. Maybe this is where we surrender. Let it all go. The empowered I am heart activation. Step number 5. We connect to each other. coherence. Just let go. Thank you for everything. I am truly blessed. I bless my day. I bless everyone in it. And I bless my world. And so it is. Run that all day long. I'll see you tomorrow.